Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is dedicated to the Shadow and Bone trilogy because finally I've decided to read it after months and months of consideration. I mean, yeah, I guess the whole booktube community has probably moved on from it already, but that's okay. If you're watching this and you have no idea what the series is all about, don't worry, I got your back. But yeah, I'll probably gonna mess this up for you because I'm so stupid when it comes to explaining stuff like this. But you know what? I'm gonna try my best. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. So yeah, for those people who aren't familiar with this, I'm gonna try to explain the storyline in the simplest way possible. This series is basically about an ordinary girl, like she was so simple and with nothing special in her, but like of course it's not gonna say that way because apparently we love a good revelation. So yeah, one day the whole fantastical world twirled and turned, and suddenly she happened to be someone who has this power of paramount importance, someone who can actually save the world. And yeah, we've heard of that narrative for so many times, and at this point I just feel so sick reading those kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what this book is basically all about. Okay, so anyway, it was September 29 when this beautiful box set came in. Oh, you guys, I was so ecstatic. I mean, look at her. She looks so stunning. Like, I didn't even want to take them out to read. Oh my god, the way the lights hit that glossy cover, it blinded me a bit, to be honest. But girl, look at that. Look at these girls. They're so stunning. The cover's nice, I have to say, but then again, the cover's not the book. So you know what? What the hell are we waiting for? Let's get cracking with the first book. But yo, actually, I didn't read the book right away. I started 2 days after filming that part, so yeah, I was already off to a bad start. Anyway, 2 days later, as I was reading the first book, I got confused with a lot of things. Right off the bat, the whole world building wasn't really that great. I think if it's your first time reading this, you'll have a hard time dealing with the jargon. There will be words that will slap you with confusion. Like, for example, the darkling. Like, what is that? Even the word greeeesha, I mean, that's a prominent term throughout the whole series, yet there wasn't much that was told during the initial chapters. So yeah, I got lost for quite a bit. I know, but I felt stupid at first. But don't worry, it's only for a brief moment. As you go along, everything just falls into place. Everything just starts making sense. But yeah, I still think it would have been a lot better if the author explained a little bit more at the onset of the story. And I know some people feel the same way too. That's for sure. Okay, thoughts about the first book. Honestly, I loved how the story was unpacked. I loved the big twist that happened and the non-stop action. Although I have to say it was kind of predictable, almost like as if I've already seen that kind of plot before. But regardless, I got hooked with how Bardugo played with the characters, how she shaped the story in a simple yet interesting way, if that makes sense. Same with the second book, it was as exhilarating as the first one. Again, there was so much action, even at the beginning of the story. The main characters were always traveling, always fighting for survival, and Verdugo was so descriptive with the endless journeys of the characters to the point that I could already taste their exhaustion. And also, it was in the second book where I found my favorite character, and I feel like it's so right for me to say his name. I mean, I'm not gonna give away too much, but his name is Nikolai, and I love him so much. He's so funny, so brilliant. I feel like his presence just brightens up every chapter, and I swear, he's like one of the reasons why I finished the second book so fast. Okay, anyway, off to the third book. So, Ruin and Rising. First of all, I wasn't glad when I saw the dedication. Like, look at that. I wasn't glad at all. That one gave me anxiety, and it's not even part of the story. Or is it? But yeah, the third book, I'd say this one's the most tiring, most exhausting period for the characters. I felt like I was already so spent when I hit the halfway mark. I had to give myself a few breathers in between to calm myself down and also to play for time. Because honestly, even though I was so critical the whole time I was reading the series, I actually didn't want it to end. Like, I swear I was constantly stalling. Okay, but hear this. When I hit the ending, I don't know, guys, but I have to be honest, I was a bit underwhelmed. I mean, yeah, it was a good resolution, but I expected something different, something more powerful. And if you read the series, you'd agree with the irony. But yeah, I kind of expected something more. Okay, overall thoughts. Let's start with the cons. First of all, the issue with the jargon at the beginning of the series, it really threw me off a bit, but like I mentioned, I was able to overcome it as I continued reading. Also, I'm not a big fan of the first person point of view. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm really more into third person narrations when it comes to genres like fantasy. But yeah, that's just personal preference. Next, I agree with a lot of people saying that the main character was so dumb. Like, I swear, if I could only slap a fictional bitch, I would have done it more than 10 times in this trilogy. And also, the painfully abundant cliches. Oh my god. I have to admit, there was a lot of cringy moments in there that I never want to encounter again because they were just so awful. Okay, now for the pros. I love how Bardugo played with the characters. I love their diversity and their uniqueness, and also the way she just turned everything around in the most surprising, most of the time unacceptable way. It's absolutely commendable. There's a lot of twists and thrills in this trilogy, and yeah, if you're into that kind of jam, you are going to love this. And yeah, it was really an exciting experience for me. Quite honestly, I was on the edge of my seat most of the time, and I haven't felt that in a long time. So yeah, I'm actually glad that I picked this trilogy up. With all those things said, I gave this series a solid 4 out of 5 stars, and I think that's already pretty good, especially for a series that has so many faults. But yeah, despite those things, I still like this trilogy, and I might not read it again. I know, I feel like it's those kind of books out there that are not necessarily bad, but like you're never gonna want to read them again. You feel me? But yeah, anyway, that is it for this video. If you guys have any book recommendations, please drop them down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you big time for clicking on this video. This little channel is still growing, and it really makes me so happy that there are actually some people out there who tune into my videos. Like, that's just so heartwarming. But yeah, I love you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!